Beauty is nature's coin. Must not be hoarded, but must be current. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is modern escapism. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Outlaws, and let me delight you with our earthly pleasures. Deep in the misty mountains, upon ye northern face, the ocean meets the land, and there lies Gadget.
A mine, they say.
From the hell pit, hence she came, to wreak havoc and misery upon all mankind. It's Candy.
That is such an accurate sum up of me, thank you.
And from your granny's pantry, scoffing all the Tunnocks tea cakes, it's Biggie.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to help you win
Stig,
the war, isn't it, Biggie?
Unfortunately, is not here tonight because he hates you all. And at least we don't have to be subject to his shitty movie reviews, yeah? So win-win.
Yeah, fantastic.
Win-win. Win-win. How is everyone?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right.
I haven't spoken in 2 weeks.
I know, it's been like forever.
Who even are you?
I'm your real dad.
Oh no. I knew it.
See, the similarities are uncanny.
Yeah, didn't even question it, just accepted it straight away.
I think any man could tell her that they're a real dad and she'd be like, Daddy? Daddy?
Probably. I mean, they owe me a lot of pocket money, so...
Is that how it works?
We're not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get that out of Oodles. He's a Yorkshireman. He doesn't do pocket money.
Pocket
Listen,
money,
if
you've
you're
got to
gonna-
earn it, mate.
If you're going to admit to being my dad, 40 years of pocket money.
No, 40? I thought you were
Yeah.
29.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 29 years of pocket money. You're right.
Plus like 11 gifts and interest.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or like loads of Lego or something.
exactly. Yeah, anything. Just, you need to give me a gift, all right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Biggie, you all right, pal?
Yeah, not too bad. Went out for a few beverages last night. And
Yes, lad.
was,
Feeling a bit tender.
yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, not too bad. Yeah, but
I
we
can tell
started
he's got
early and finished
He's got
early.
a cup of
so
tea, look. He's got a cup of tea.
I slept it off well. It was good.
What time did you get in?
Ridiculously, 8:30, but we started at 1:30. So
Oh, day sesh. 1:30 till 8:30. Fuck all that.
I know, but I don't go out often, mate. So it was nice to do it.
Yeah, it's all about that, isn't it? Seeing the boys is.
Yes.
Are they all well?
Yes, all good. Watch the footy, bit of ruggers.
Rugger.
You don't watch rugby down south, do you?
We
all
do.
I
I
watch
don't
down
understand it. I have no idea what happens in rugby.
I thought it was a northern sport.
But I don't like it.
Very
I
much
got
a-
forced to play it when I was at school, so I hate the game.
Speaking of sport, Gadget nearly killed a kid
I did, yeah. That was
outside St
annoying.
James's Park.
No, not at St James's Park, at the Newcastle United training ground. Different place.
Different place. Same
Just,
pants.
just for the context, so that people don't think I actually just went out and nearly killed a kid. The Newcastle United training ground is on a main road near where I live. And when the players are turning up to either do their training, or I assume they must have had an away game today if they were turning up early on a Sunday, they were driving in. The kids are all there trying to get selfies and get their shirts signed and whatever. They're fucking menaces, because they will sprint out into the road to get to one of these overblown Mercedes or whatever these overpaid 25-year-olds are driving to try and see their heroes. The problem is, they do that, they don't look. And I nearly fucking slammed into one today. Twats. Fucking nearly ruined my Sunday morning.
So you're going
Just
back
dodged
next
the
Sunday with the
Gryffindor.
ball bars on. Try harder.
Now the cow catcher. I want to launch the fuckers.
This time you won't miss.
I'm on the tune.
Yeah.
Speaking
Ankle
speaking
slices
of
attached to the car wheels.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
It's like
Witness
Mad
me,
Max up
pet. Witness me, pet.
Oh, what a lovely day.
Speaking of lovely days, actually, do you know what I've been missing these past 2 weeks? Just like some kind of like news digest, and I can't think of who could do that other than Biggie's Breaking News.
Ooh.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
Yes, first up from the world of gaming. Balatro wins formal appeal to reclassify poker game as Peggy 12. Peggy 12.
Good.
Peggy 12.
Yeah,
That
it's
was-
all a bit
that
silly,
was-
this, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
understand what do you mean.
So because it was a poker game, Peggy marked it as a gambling game. So it was automatically got a Peggy 18, which meant
Well, I
that
agree.
it was
You're gambling with your time.
well, no, but like because it's not actually like a poker game. It's like a roguelike. It's it shouldn't really have ever been classified as an 18 because you're not really gambling. You're just score building.
Well, the only thing to do with poker is it's the poker hands, isn't it? Nothing else.
Yeah, but Peggy just marked it as an 18. Poker game 18, gambling, can't have the
Are
children.
all
playing
poker
it.
games 18 then?
If they involve gambling, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And this
remember
has taken
playing
a
blackjack
year.
on a Microsoft Windows fucking computer. Blackjack's in a casino.
It's not. You're not gambling with real money, though, right?
No.
No.
So it's fine. I
You're
guess.
losing all of your time.
Yeah, gambling life.
It's taken
Yeah.
a year to get this changed. And also the game that it was kind of based on or inspired by, Luck Be a Landlord, has also been reclassified as well for the same reason.
You
Do
see,
you
that should be an
Oh,
18 because you're playing a landlord in that game.
Do you reckon that this change is going to make any difference in sales?
Yeah, because it changes how we can advertise it.
Oh, right. Yeah, so of course they can put it on things that he wouldn't be able to be on.
Yeah.
So even if it's not aiming at kids, it might aim at someone watching kids' stuff
Or
with their kids.
You know, you can put like, it sounds like a really old thing to say in the modern day and age, but you can do like print ads in magazines and stuff like that, or you know,
What is magazine?
yeah, or like you know, like put like billboard posters up in public
Billboards, yeah.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
On a slightly tangential thing for it as well, I was reading that because Local Thunk, the developer, solo dev, he very rarely does interviews. He doesn't want to be the story; he just wants the game to be out there. But he did an interview with I think VG 24/7 or something like that. And he made the game and he expected it to do a handful of sales. And in the first 10 hours of it being live, he made
Became a millionaire, didn't it?
No, first 12 hours he made 300 grand. And he's like, he didn't know what to do with himself. He's like, I just made this for my friends. I thought they'd
God,
like
that's
don't
it.
literally
do
just.
it.
It's just like winning the lottery, isn't it? Imagine.
He's sold
Candy
now,
would be ringing up his old dealer, wouldn't we, straight away?
Absolutely.
which
Get
sold,
over here,
he
I've got 300
can call me
grand.
dad. I'll call him daddy.
it sold over 5 million copies now, and I think he's made nearly about 80 million out of it. And I
He's
was
doing all right then, isn't he?
yeah, I loaded up yesterday actually, and I was sending Candy some of the new decks, like the new Fallout deck that's in there.
I've been playing it non-stop since exit. I've been played about 45 minutes of it today.
Yeah, I've
Every
had
day?
I've had to avoid it at times, just to get stuff done, get housework
The
done.
fact that it's on my phone, it's on my laptop, it's on my Switch, anywhere I go, it follows me. It's a
You
curse.
played it, Candy.
I played it for about. I was about to say I played it for about 45 seconds and thought, nah, it's not for me. I'm just not a lover of card games.
I haven't touched it, so I'm the only one that's not. I believe even Stig's had a little peek. in
Biggie, I
it.
wouldn't, mate, because I know your personality. You're like me when it comes to like Football Manager and stuff like that.
You've got shit to
You'll
do,
get
Biggie.
so-
Don't do it.
You will get so invested. You'll come back at the end of this year going, my best game of the year is Balatro.
How much time have I put in it on Steam? Oh, good. I'm over 150 hours.
200, me.
Rookie numbers.
That's only because I've deliberately not played it that much this year, so I could play other things.
Next.
Thank you. There's been a new price announced for the PlayStation VR 2 starting this month. It's reducing the recommended retail price. So weirdly, for just the PlayStation VR 2, you can pay just under £400, $39.99, and with that you'll get the headset, the sense controller, and stereo headphones.
Nah, still
You
too
can also
expensive.
get, for exactly the same amount of money, the Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle, which will give you a PlayStation Store voucher code for said Horizon Call of the Mountain game, and then you get the PS VR2 headset, sense controller, and stereo headphones.
This
I won't buy it if it were a tenner.
is worth remembering that it launched at £530.
That's ridiculous,
just-
isn't it?
And they're still not
100
supporting it.
120
technically,
maybe.
either.
I'd spend 120 on it.
I wouldn't even... Mate, if somebody dropped one off at me and says, here, do you want this? It'd be sold that day. Wouldn't even unbox it. What a gimmick.
It's But we've had this argument in the Discord about gimmicks and whether things are or not. This, in PlayStation's eyes, this is because they've done fuck all to support their last one and this one. They would rely on third-party developers to present any sort of value for it.
I think you have too much faith in that company. So if the VR2 would have sold bucket loads, it wouldn't be a gimmick to them anymore. It's all about where the numbers are. They've always done it since the Vita. You know what I mean? So if the Vita was as popular as the DS, we'd still be talking about PlayStation handhelds. It's just they literally that company literally just follows the money. They don't care about consumers. They only care about what we're consuming.
But they do such a big launch for it, all the promo, and then they just do nothing afterwards.
Yeah, because it potentially could have caught on, but the price was horrific.
So according to Wikipedia, there's 368 games that are compatible with PSVR 2, but there's only about, I'm just going down this list, I think there's only about 15 of them that are actually exclusive.
Sony.
Like the rest are just PC games that are cut over.
It's mad, isn't it?
There's one coming out apparently in April. It's called Apollo 13: The Lost Tapes, which is a horror shooter.
If it's not got Tom Hanks in, I'm not bothered.
A horror
shooter?
on Apollo 13. Slightly curious about this one now.
You play as Kevin Bacon, and you're up there.
No, you play as Gary Sinise, like back on Earth.
Gary Sinise,
the guy who never went anywhere. You just go around with him in the office.
I remember watching that film with my ex-girlfriend years and years ago, and she was like, "Which one's Neil Armstrong?" I went, "We can't be together anymore."
Who never made it to the moon.
It was Jim Lovell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not Neil Armstrong. Anyway.
Okay, so I've just found the description of this game. I know this is just like bleeding into the news, but this is fucking hysterical. As a CIA agent on your first day, you are given access to classified documents by an unknown source who has hacked the power grid. What you uncover is the true story of the Apollo 13 mission through a series of tapes recorded by the mission's commander. The Apollo missions were not our first journey to the moon. In reality, we'd been there for decades, constructing a military base on the dark side of the moon, the site of the most important scientific experiment in history, time travel.
On the moon?
Get in.
The early Apollo mission secretly brought nuclear weapons from the Cold War stockpile that would power the portal. On April 13th, 1970, the portal was activated, just in time for the commander of Apollo 13 to be the first time traveller, going 200 years in the future to a planned Mars military outpost. They successfully opened the door to the future, but also a door to unfathomable horror and evil.
That sounds kind of lit.
200 years exactly into. How did that happen?
I'm kind of into it. I'm kind of feeling it. Like Tom Hanks as Jim Lovell. I said that, didn't I?
Yeah, it's Jim Lovell.
Jim Lovell, and it's like Tom Hanks going, "Oh, I'm Tom Hanks," and he's like, it's like Doom.
Oh no! Fucking hell.
Next
up, Warner Brother Games closes multiple studios, and the Wonder Woman game has been cancelled.
Now this one bothers me, not for the Wonder Woman game, but the fact that they closed fucking Monolith. The twats.
I didn't know there was a Wonder Woman game coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's actually what Monolith was working on.
Monolith did Shadows of War, didn't they?
Yep.
Mordor.
Yep. Created the Nemesis system.
Player First Games, which did the multiverse, and Warner Brother Games San Diego, which focuses on free-to-play mobile games. But they also confirmed that Wonder Woman game had been cancelled.
Which also means we're not going to get that third Mordor game.
At least it
teased for a decade.
It didn't end on a cliffhanger, though.
They got that Nemesis thing that's really cool, but they can't use on anything else because they patented it.
Yeah, Warner Brothers still own that, yeah. Which sucks. So, someone in one of the other Discords I was in pointed out that like the Nemesis system would have been incredible for like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, but I'm over it. It was fun at the time with all the orcs coming and stuff like that. And
yeah, it's more the fucking brass neck of Warner Brothers to patent a gameplay function like that.
I mean, Warner Brothers have been the bad guys for like the last 5 years at the moment.
Longer than that, Jesus Christ.
They're just not good. Do you know what they've done with Looney Tunes?
What?
Have you seen recently? Well, not recently, in the past few years, they've done a Disney Vault type thing.
Really? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, locking fucking Bugs Bunny behind a paywall.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's
They're
ridiculous.
like fucking 70-year-old cartoons. They should be out of copyright by now.
It should be
Think,
public
wouldn't you?
domain, shouldn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous.
That would
Well,
explain why
There's
I
many
haven't
places you can watch Bugs Bunny if you want. Nearly every episode of all the originals are on YouTube for free.
Hey, I sat and watched Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century entirely
Love
on
it.
TikTok the other day.
Yeah,
I literally
I
just-
love that people are doing that.
I
Because they're only like 12-minute episodes, aren't they?
Yeah, I literally just stopped what I was doing and just watched the
Yeah.
entire thing start to finish. God, I fucking love that cartoon.
I love a lot of the Rabbit
good.
season ones with Elmer Fudd and stuff. I love that shit.
It's just anything with
Love that.
anything with Marvin the Marsh for me. That makes me very,
He's
very
such-
angry.
Such an underrated character. Everybody else gets mentioned loads, but he's a dude, man.
I also love any. There's that one where Bugs meets the Abominable Snowman. And
it's a classic.
people go, I will pet him and I will hug him and I will call him George.
Love that. But imagine all that good grace from Warner Brothers is fucked because all these poor souls from Monolith and all the other lost their jobs. Like everyone, I would be so frightened to get into that industry nowadays,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
I think the only way you can get into the industry now and like is to do a local thunk and just be like a one-man show that fucking
Yeah, just do make
sells
your own
a load.
game. Yeah, this is absolute. They were right, weren't they, when they predicted that indie's going to dominate? Indie is dominating.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's stopping a video game crash. Literally, it's saving
Well,
the industry.
It's like Indian double A.
Yeah,
like the-
yeah,
like
the
the-
double
like-
A scope.
Like you,
Couple of
Killing
million
Monsters.
pound games.
yeah, like like I mean, obviously we had a load of big games last year, but then you get like like Stalker 2 was made by like 150 people in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Or well, Czech Republic now.
Life of P or whatever. It's
Yeah,
called.
Lies of P, which is like
Lies of
100
P,
120 people in was it
Yeah.
Korea? I can't remember whether it's Korea
Something
or,
like that.
or
Yeah.
Singapore. Yeah, games like that, and like really using the Unreal 5 engine and like building things up that
Yeah.
way. But yeah,
And they're making them. They're knocking these games out pretty fast with that engine.
yeah, and yeah, really, really good development practices.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
exactly.
Ugh.
It's saving the industry, literally.
Well, everyone's trained on Unreal, aren't they? If you're going to go to college for video gaming, chances are
You're doing
Unreal is
Unreal.
what you're going to learn. Yeah.
the Unreal or
It's
Unity.
fucking Unreal.
No one's doing C# anymore.
No.
No. Cool. Next.
Streamer secures full combo for the most infamous Guitar Hero song at 200% speed. Clone Hero streamer and content creator Carney Jarrett has completed a full combo FC for Dragon Force's infamous Guitar Hero 3 song Through the Fire and Flames at 200% speed. Does any of that mean anything to you guys?
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean,
I
It's a song.
struggle. I used to play it on expert. Back when my hands actually did what I wanted them to. I never managed to get. I don't think I ever finished that one.
I don't know about Gadget. Me and Gadget can play instruments and guitars and stuff like that. I always found Guitar Hero harder.
Guitar Hero.
play than-
Well, Guitar Hero was harder because like you're not playing the way you would play a guitar.
You're not playing how your brain would work.
Yeah, because you're hitting notes that are set on the path rather than the precise point where the note actually is.
Yes.
So, like,
I could never get it, me. I could never.
I like the way you didn't include me in there between you two.
Well, we
About instruments.
Never known you as a musician.
I can't play anything.
Oh, sorry.
the
I just wanted to be involved.
I always found Guitar
You're
Hero
involved.
easier on songs that I'd never learned to play yet.
Yeah. I know what you mean because you're not expecting anything, are you?
Whereas, like, it took me fucking ages to get through the Fire and the Flames because I can actually play that on the guitar.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of that song is all about effects and stuff, isn't it? And how you Herman Lee the fuck out your guitar
Yeah, there's only about four
it picks
bits.
it up by its strings and stuff.
Yeah, there's only about 4 bits of the solo you actually have to learn that people can recognise. The rest of it's just widdly, widdly, widdly noises.
Yeah, you can do what you want, can't you? Not that I can play it to that degree. I'm not bigging that up. I'm just saying I've always found it mad. When we played Rock Band, I was always the drummer because I don't play drums.
It's impressive the lad's done this, but it's also worth bearing in mind that he spent months getting to this point.
Imagine if he used those skills on a woman.
He's got the finger speed.
That's what I'm saying. But props to him. Good on him. If he can do it, 200%
That's right, love. Fancy some
speed.
widdly, widdly, widdly.
Also, fucking much as I love Through the Fire and the Flames, it's got to sound irritating for 3.5 minutes at twice the speed.
Like Chipmunk's version.
Yeah. I'll go with the morning and the night for the light. It's like that.
I don't think it's anywhere near Dragon Force's best song either.
Oh, no. It's one of their weakest ones, but it's the one that hit, didn't it?
Yeah, of course it did, yeah.
And also, as an achievement, it's not the coolest thing to announce
No.
to try and pick somebody up or something, is it? It's really not going to.
Imagine going on a hinge date with somebody and saying,
barrier, is it?
what have you done this week? Well, just broken a record. Oh, yeah, you're a record breaker. Yeah. I like to be humble about it. So, Through the Fire and the Flames, 200% speed on Guitar Hero, baby. And she's like, I'm just going to the toilet. Never seen it again.
Yeah.
Not that life's just about that, guys. I mean, accomplishment is an accomplishment. I'm proud
I'd go
of
on a
you.
second date with him.
I know you would. Right. You'd be like, oh my God, you play games? I've got a game of bed. And then he'd be like, I'm just nipping to the toilet.
Exactly. That's the man for me.
Never seen again.
Never seen again. Off to play Guitar Hero on his own. Oh, God, and they wonder why incels exist. Next.
Curtis just shoved in a quick message to me, literally just now.
Oh, is he allowed to shove stuff in the nose? Is this what's happening now?
pays
No,
us.
but you might be interested in this. The release
he
date
pays
for
us,
Death
yeah.
Stranding 2 is June the 26th this year.
What?
Fucking hell.
Birthday
What?
game.
This soon?
Yeah, he
This
literally just
I need
messaged me.
Gadget,
in the,
can you please
I'm
stop
just
the
double checking.
presses?
Scored.
We need to find this out.
Yeah. Death Stranding 2
Kojima
details
won't just
leak.
announce something like that.
So
What was it announced on?
That is live, people.
There
You're
is
hearing this on Thursday.
Kojima is probably literally at the minute doing his South by Southwest live stream.
Of course he is.
So this is an article from Eurogame that was published a few hours ago because everything leaked. So On the Beach will cost £70 for the standard
I
edition,
expect that.
£230 for the collector's edition, and
Gonna
there'll
get
be
that.
several physical editions. Those details haven't come out. But yeah,
I want one with the Higgs statue. The Higgs playing a guitar statue.
Oh, that would be sweet.
That's
I
what
want,
I
the
want.
Higgs, I want the Higgs guitar.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm a bit excited now. I've gone warm.
Yeah, June 26, 2025.
Oh, he did that for my birthday. Cheers, Kojima.
There's a new trailer out for it as well. Apparently,
Fuck off. Can we stop this show?
Epic Death Stranding 2 trailer reveals release date, new gameplay, and some serious Metal Gear vibes.
Oh, God.
I'm going to give that latest trailer a miss because I think Death Stranding 1, the final trailer that they did, the one that was about 10 minutes long, revealed
Showed you the ending.
everything.
Showed you the ending, didn't it?
Yeah.
There is
In context, that was the ending.
there is a very hang on. This doesn't seem to be a spoiler. I can't remember which character this is, but Oodles, there are vibes here that I think you'll enjoy if you click on that image.
Oh, God, he's making me click. Oh. He looks like Solid Snake.
He does look like Solid Snake in that picture.
Is it Higgs?
Yeah.
It's got that Troy Baker look to him.
It looks like Troy Baker to me. Blonde hair.
Hang on. I'll go over to YouTube and just see. I'm going to see how long the trailer is, so Candy can make a decision whether she needs to look at it.
Anything longer than 4 minutes, I'm out.
That's what she said at podcast as well when I were in bed with.
10 minutes 14.
No.
Wow.
I'll watch that when this podcast is over. That's amazing.
That's a
Well
hell of
done,
a
Kurt.
trailer.
Kurt's just become the best news anchor on this
Whoa,
show.
whoa. What? No, I'm not having that. No.
So I'm just scrubbing through the video. I've got the sound off, so I'm not getting any spoilers. Graphics look
Don't show me
incredible.
anything. Oh, God.
Lots of people in red. Lots of packages being pulled. Really good water effects.
Oh, Andy's coming. The Gotti.
Shooting, driving. Weird people with tears. Goth woman.
Oh,
Masks.
Put that on the box.
Higgs with tattoos on his face.
Oh,
we're all fucked.
Norman Reedus being angry.
Yeah.
Music.
out.
Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell.
Oh, good. Good.
Blocks. Lots of blocks.
Shh. Stop live spoiling things for me.
Lots of
Candy,
candles.
we really need someone to clip a clip of you or your face when you're doing the cross-eyed bit.
Yeah, because your eyes are crossed. Oh. Boys.
And one last thing, just to make Oodles have a bit of a moment. There's something in there, I don't know what it is. It's covered in goop, but it looks a little bit like Metal Gear Rex.
Fuck off.
He
He said other week that he's claiming it back, and that's all his post was. I'm claiming it back.
The collector's edition has, hang on, I was looking at it now.
£1 million.
It's got some in-game items, some pre-order bonus content. Comes with a 15-inch. It's just called Magellan Man statue. There's no baby
Gina
version of
moves
this.
into your flat with you.
There's also, it's not a physical edition of the game. You get a digital code for it. So yeah, pre-orders begin March 17th.
Sorry, Wallet.
It's going to be the game of the year. Fucking GTA 6, tech it, bitches. I'm not bothered.
I have to fucking turn my PS5 on now. Jesus Christ.
Yes, you will, baby.
Rude.
Oh, I'm going to
Nice
get
to
that
have-
limited edition.
It's nice to have like a little first party game popping this soon. It's popping off. Cool. Next. Whew. Whew.
Okay, so we're moving over to the film and TV. We had a little ceremony recently, not the one you're thinking of. This was the Oscars. May have heard of it.
Yeah.
Just a quick summary. Honora scooped the most honours with Conclave, The Brutalist, Wicked, and Emilia Perez took a few prizes as well. Anything you want to really discuss in this list? Obviously, Best Picture went to Honora.
Yeah.
I think surprised a lot of people.
It's a shame someone on here is not really into movies like that.
I know. I did
Never
find.
mind.
Oh, I should point out Best Actress and Director, I think, went
Yeah.
for that as well.
I did find it funny the backlash Adrian Brody's had over his acceptance speech.
Well, when he chucked chewing gum at his...
Chuck chewing gum at his wife as he walked up on stage and then proceeded to talk for 5 minutes about how good he is.
He's
like,
good, though.
to
I've
the
always
point
liked
where-
him as an actor.
Yeah,
Not
but,
my first rodeo.
yeah, but the point the orchestra starts playing and he just says, no.
Really?
Yeah, he just
I kind
tells
of
the
like
or-
that.
Tells the
He's
orchestra
fucking
to
Adrian
shut up.
Brody, mate. He knows what he's earned a speech.
Yeah, he's earned a speech. He's not earned 5 minutes of his own screen time. Does
Oh, I love it when people get orchestrated off.
And so,
Speaking of which, while I've got the listeners, a bigger ceremony is happening in 2 weeks' time. A bigger ceremony. Wonder what it could be. Anyway, carry on.
I liked Kieran Culkin's acceptance speech for A Real Pain.
Yeah.
Because he got Best Supporting Actor. And
Very natural.
very natural, and he embarrassed his wife again, which is really funny.
I said he was going to have more babies, didn't he?
Yeah, because he did that thing with the Emmys last year, and when she said to him when you win an Emmy, we'll have a third child, and then apparently after that she'd said when you win an Oscar we'll have 4 children, and so he says, well, you didn't remember that, but I did.
Someone pointed out other day on Blue Sky, like, who'd have thunk it back in the 90s that the guy that pissed himself in Home Alone, pissed the bed, became better than Macaulay Culkin, and it's his brother.
Yeah.
He's the more successful actor now.
The Best Director, Sean Baker for Honora, lads from Gateshead. He's a northern lad. Nice to see a Gateshead accent on the Oscars.
Did he go, I'll read, thanks for the Oscars.
Close enough.
Best animated feature went to Flow. Did you watch that, Candy? In the
I
end?
haven't watched it yet, no.
None of us have watched fuck all, mate. Modern escapism.
Do you know what puts me off is having to... Because there's no
Dialogue.
dialogue, that's the word I was looking for. So normally when I'm
actually have
watching,
to
as you know,
watch
I'm
it.
drawing. So I actually have to
Yeah.
watch it, yeah.
I'm put off by that very reason as well, mate. I multitask
Yeah.
forever. It's the
That's not
ADHD
watching
power.
a film properly, is it? What's the
I don't
point?
care.
Have not got time to watch films properly, sir.
Directors and producers would be devastated to hear that people aren't watching what
No,
they've
I always
produced.
do
and
it to
people are
films I'm
actually
like, I'm
doing
not that
something else
interested
instead of
in.
watching it. That's not the point.
Like, if I've paid to go to the cinema, or I've paid to view it, or it's something like Oppenheimer, I didn't blink, for instance. Do you know what I mean? I didn't blink for 3 hours. It's just some films, like whatever that fucking film you've just been on about, this animated one, I don't even know its name. I'm
Flow.
that not bothered. I'm only doing this to wind Stig up, by the way.
I'll do it for you, Biggie. I'll watch it for
Because
you.
he's not here.
Thank you.
No,
You know-
if it's the first time I watch a film, I watch it thoroughly. I don't watch it. I'm not like Candy. I don't draw. If
The
it's a
other-
second viewing, then I
After you've watched it, Candy, you'll literally just do a literal high five or a fist bump because you'll just be like, yes, you were right.
Okay.
I get it.
Flow.
I'll do it.
You'll love it as much as Blue-Eyed Samurai,
Really?
Arcane. Yes.
Yeah, because it's
fuck.
action-packed.
It's right up your street. And it's
cat.
got a cat. as
Yeah,
its
I need to
main
do it, don't I? I will.
antagonist. It's all you need.
Get a
The other,
glass of wine, I get some snacks in, put my phone in the other room.
Cuddle up with the cat.
Yeah.
Protagonist.
Oh,
The
it's
other-
so hard.
Which is
I
one-
can't concentrate on anything,
But you got a
ever.
brain. Which is the one where you're the antagonist, means you're the person, the protagonist of the people that are attacking you. I can't remember.
Yes.
I'm having a brain. Yes.
Yeah.
The cat's the antagonist.
He's
The,
that.
the cat's the
The
protagonist.
cat's the protagonist.
Protagonist. Thank you. Yes.
Antagonist
It's
of the
been a long
baddies.
day. Thank you.
When someone is antagonising you, they're doing your head
That's
in.
what I thought. But if, you know that thing, and you go in your head and you think, no, that doesn't sound right.
Anyway, the only
The
notable award that I found on there was best costume design for Wicked, and that's mostly because it's the first time a black man has won that award
Oh,
Good lad.
in all the fucking 90 years or whatever of the Oscars.
I really liked Wicked. I don't give a fuck.
Wicked,
I
I
thought it
mean,
was
I mean,
great.
I mean,
I thought it was a
Wicked,
great film.
Wicked was fantastic, but especially the costume design was incredible.
Yeah, really good. Really good. Cool.
Speaking of
Good old
costumes-
Doom's got in there.
speaking
The
of
best
costumes,
film.
I did enjoy Adam Sandler's outfit.
What
I
is
didn't
it?
enjoy Adam Sandler.
His comfy basketball shorts and his nice soft sweater.
I mean, it was clean. That was a sharp sweater.
You don't think
I
you
like-
were worth $80 fucking million, would you?
But that's the thing. Like, really rich people don't show it. Richest people I've ever met look like slobs.
It's true. When Steve Jobs were alive, he just wore that same black turtleneck, didn't he?
Yeah.
He only had the one.
He only had one. Couldn't find
Yeah.
it.
Stank.
Yeah, I liked Conan O'Brien as a host as well.
Yes.
He was very funny. and he was-
I like that.
he kept taking the piss out of that one from Amelia Perez that kept sending all the Nazi hateful tweets. And he made a joke about Drake being a paedophile, which I thought was funny.
He did. A minor. Cool. Next.
Moon Knight has been cancelled. Marvel
Next.
has confirmed.
I
Oh,
don't want to talk about it. It's sad.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It's sad 'cause I
That's
like
one of the
show
few
a lot.
Marvel things recently that I've actually really enjoyed.
I liked it a lot.
which is weird because they are promoting a few weird things as well. Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which obviously Daredevil's
not
pretty
weird.
cool. And the new season, I think, is out now. I don't know if anyone's watched it here, but I'm eager to watch that.
It's 2 episodes out
Punisher.
now.
Yeah, The Punisher is having a one-off special. But then if they're going to cancel Moon Knight, they're now promoting Wonder Man Vision Quest.
What the fuck's Wonder Man?
Hey, Wonder Man's great.
Never heard of it.
Okay, never
Wonder
mind.
Man.
Stars Simon Williams, an actor and stuntman trying to make
John
it
Wonderman.
big in Hollywood, who will somehow find himself with superpowers.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
Wonder Man can't be a serious one, though. It can't be. It's be a dafty. But yeah, Moon Knight probably just didn't hit like they wanted it to. Even though I thought it was really good.
It does surprise me.
It
Everyone
looked
was talking
expensive,
about
though,
it.
didn't it? It looked expensive.
Yeah.
Did not look cheap. It wasn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., was it? Which were like
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was very
CSI
cheap.
Marvel.
And Vision Quest is a spin-off from WandaVision.
No way.
Obviously starring Paul as Vision.
Paul Bettany.
Paul who? Biggie? Paul who?
Bettany?
Bettany.
Bettany.
Paul Bettany. Matthew McConaughey. Cool.
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series, Season 2, has already been confirmed, and maybe we'll have a third.
When's that out?
And
First
well,
season's
the
already
first one's
out.
out now.
All right.
It's literally like a back to
I'm
basics
so behind all that stuff now, mate.
Spidey original series based on the original comics sort of vibe, apparently. Although apparently his voice is rubbish, what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Not watched it.
Oh. I'm
And
Spider-Man.
finally, X-Men 97 Season 2 is going to be coming out next year.
Now we're talking. That's the real shit. That's the real shit. Season 1 were great. Cool. Any more? Next? Whatever?
John Lithgow confirms he will play Dumbledore in the Harry Potter series. It's going to define me for the last chapter of my life. I'll be about 87 years old at the wrap party, but I've said yes.
I'm not
I like
feeling
John
it.
Lithgow.
He's
No, I like
he's a
him.
great actor. He'll be good in it. I'm just
He was
disappointed.
good as Winston Churchill.
He was. He's great in everything. I'm disappointed that it's not a Brit. I'm disappointed that it's not Stephen Fry specifically.
Stephen Fry is Dumbledore.
He would have been brilliant because he did all the audiobooks, so everyone knows his voice is the voice of Harry Potter narration. They've also cast McGonagall and Snape.
Yeah, it's Papa Esidu as Snape.
I didn't want to say his name because I couldn't, so I'm glad you did. Thank you.
And Janet McTeer as McGonagall.
I don't know these people.
Well, the important thing to remember, if you were to look at the headlines, based on Google, I just Googled Snape casting, top stories, Daily Mail, angry Harry Potter fans hit out at HBO over casting of Severus Snape in TV show. GB News, Harry Potter's fume at blackwashing as HBO closing in on black actors. He's a very handsome man.
He is a very
But
handsome
what
man.
does it matter if he's black? Why does it matter?
I think they are actually going to run into problems potentially when it's, the only teacher that Harry really hates, and Harry's
It's the black one.
and Harry's father, sort of pins him upside down, calls him poor, takes a piss out of him for being poor and ugly. And I think that might, me personally, I think any other character could have been a person of colour easily. I think Snape maybe not, but I'm not fucking fuming about
GB
it.
News Candy.
And I can understand that Alan Rickman's performance as Snape was phenomenal. It was second to none. You can't replicate that, so of course they're going to try and get as far away from it as possible.
Yeah.
Mr. Potter.
We better bring that voice back, though. I'd be more upset about that.
I hope he brings a West Indies accent just to fuck everyone off.
So, Jennifer McTeer played Winston Churchill's wife Clementine in the HBO film Into the Storm.
I know it.
Papa Esidu starred as Kwame opposite Michael Cole in her BBC series I May Destroy You, which landed him Emmy and BAFTA nominations.
That's the first thing I said to my wife when I met her. I may destroy.
McTeer will next be seen in Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning.
I've been watching them soon. I'll be watching them.
Esidu also was a BAFTA nominee for The Lazarus Project and did an arc on Black Doves. And
She's an award-nominated actor and people are moaning.
Yeah, and starred opposite Saoirse Ronan in the movie The Outrun. Well, of course they're moaning. He's black.
So? Snape had a black...
Had black
hair.
Yeah. Who cares, man? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Yeah, this is like a new generation's Harry Potter. This is not Harry Potter for you.
Exactly.
This is not your Harry Potter. It's my daughter's Harry Potter or my daughter's Harry Potter, depending on how long it fucking takes.
Saw an article, I can't remember where I saw it, but they were saying that because of a certain person's views, they're
She
upset
who
that
shall not be
people-
named.
Yes, the actors and actresses that end up joining this new version of Harry Potter are basically still supporting her because at some point she'll still get money from it in some way.
She is involved in this one. Like she is.
Yeah, she's producing it.
She's
Yeah.
in
and they
production.
think that will tarnish all the actors and actresses that star in this TV show in the future because
There won't be any trans people in it, will
of
there?
that connection, And it's an interesting point, but yeah, it's kind of a bit harsh as well, isn't it, on the actors and actresses? 'Cause it's also a career for them. Do they just
Look,
go,
right, I'm all for
I don't want
morals.
to appear in this?
I'm a
and,
social justice warrior, but if they're offering me a couple of million to do it, I'd do it.
There's that, and I don't
Who
think
gives
this
a
Harry
fuck?
Potter coming out is going to be anywhere near as huge. So
No, is it L? Is it X?
But I think there's also that element. The Harry Potter films, although they have problems compared to the books, most people consider them pretty definitive. It would be like redoing Lord of the Rings with a different cast,
And we all know that Ralph Bakshi is the best one.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm joking. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'll be dead by the time this comes out. I'm not bothered.
It's out
When's
next
it
week.
due? Oh, for fuck's sake! Nah, it'll be years away, won't it?
26, 27 they're aiming for. They haven't cast the kids
Sure.
yet. They're not old enough to be cast, I wouldn't think.
They'll be cast in the months leading up to start
Yeah.
the shoot to keep
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
the right age.
Yeah.
I would imagine they've probably got a handful of kids and they're rehearsing them and just seeing, because they have to give them acting lessons as well. They're going to be sort of 9 years old at this point. So they'll be going to like acting school. They'll be going to probably Harry Potter school, and they'll cherry pick the ones that suit the character best, I would think.
Yeah, because this is like a new start for them, isn't it? This is a breaking out role for these kids. Yeah.
I'm not that arsed because I've got the films. That's all. You know what I mean? I've never read. I've only read one of the books.
Readers will continue. You know, like Lord of the Rings, hands down, and I guess the Harry Potter books are famous.
Like I say, it's not our Harry Potter. We're not supposed. You can't be angry. GB News just love like places like that. Just love attaching something like.
Oh, I know.
Fans are outraged. Are they?
Well,
Are
maybe
the march in the streets.
Maybe one or two gammons in a Facebook comment section are.
Name me
we
one.
know the
Three
ones.
people they interviewed.
The ones that are
Yeah, we
wearing
know
the
the
red
ones.
hats.
Those without profile pictures and numbers for names. Those guys. Okay, fucking mooks.
Hufflepuff Dave.
No, they won't even put Dave there. Hufflepuff 7924657. Never posted a video or a comment. Just anger.
The one
Just making a note there in case it's your PIN number.
Let's move past Harry Potter chat because it's going on too long.
Oh yeah, over to the world of music. Oasis fans disappointed after realising they bought it. No, after Liam Gallagher shares a set length for the reunion tours.
An hour.
Apparently their set will come in at 59 minutes and 59 seconds.
All right, we've finished. Fuck off.
there's an element of he's probably taking the piss with us. He takes the piss on Twitter all the
Definitely
time.
taking piss.
But there's also a part which makes me think he still really fucking hates Noel. I wonder if his set is 59 minutes, 59 seconds, and then like the rest of it is Noel songs at the end.
Oh, I wonder.
That would make sense because he doesn't need to be there for them.
That means he can like get out of. It means he can get out of the arena before Noel comes off stage. Just imagine halfway through this gig you've paid £400 to be for. All right, lads, I'm leaving now. My brother's gonna keep you going for the next hour.
Dare I say this is a car crash waiting to happen? I'm surprised none of us made a prediction about this.
No,
Because it's too safe a bet. It's not going to fucking happen. They're going to get in a rehearsal and stab each other with
This
guitars.
is why I wanted to go to that Cardiff gig because that was the
first one.
I was like, that's the only one that's going to happen.
Like
They're going to rock up, right? This is cigarettes and alcohol, and it's going to end after that one song. That's it.
It'll be right in the middle of Roll With It, ironically enough.
Fucking smash
Or
it.
don't look
Right.
back in anger
like,
as everyone walks away.
whenever I buy gig tickets, I never buy the gig ticket insurance because it's just like it's Ticketmaster just fucking
You would for
sponging
that.
it. I would for that. I would buy it twice over.
Fucking premium ticket insurance.
I'd pay more for the insurance.
They probably aren't offering it for Oasis.
It's a foregone conclusion that it's not going to happen. Cool. Next.
Just quickly over to Billy. Billy? Oh my goodness. There's no Billy here. It's Biggie's Bullet Points.
Billy's bullet points. Wow.
Anyway, Stephen King confirms his involvement with The Dark Tower. In an exclusive interview with IGN, he confirmed...
he wrote it.
Yes, but he'll be involved in something to do with the project. Headed up by
Hey,
Mike
I've seen that
Flanagan.
fucking film adaptation.
I mean, this
Yes.
is a new take on the film adaptation with Mike Flanagan involved.
So
Oh, well,
he's got good
Now
form.
you have my curiosity.
It's not going to
he
be
has
that
good
one with
form.
Idris Elba.
I didn't mind Idris in it. I just
It was everything else.
McConaughey in it was the worst thing in it.
All right.
As Randall Flagg, it's like, what are you doing?
You know what's supposed to be a Scouser?
No, but nah, let's not get into the stand and all that
All right.
stuff. Christ, let's not get into this. The Kingiverse. Fucking hell,
Not
here
enough.
all day.
Not enough cocaine.
No. Next up, Bloober Team and Konami continue their collaboration. They've announced the signing of a new agreement for a joint project. Developers are focusing on a new game based on Konami's IP. What do you reckon it is?
Castlevania?
I'm going with
the
Contra. Super Contra, some war.
I can't see Bloober doing a straight up action game.
I reckon it'll be Silent Hill 3.
I was going to say Silent Hill 3.
Let's
I'm
be
sure.
safe.
It's done so well, hasn't it?
Let's be safe.
More on that later.
Yeah. Oh.
Xbox's new Fable game has been delayed to 2026.
It's Fine.
Boo.
Gameplay
Let
looks
'em cook.
surprised by that.
Gameplay looks cracking.
Let them cook. Anything like that, let them cook.
Zendaya has been cast as Shrek's daughter in Shrek 5.
Let them cook.
Let them change the art style. That's a fucking ugly Sonic moment here.
I don't know Shrek. I mean, has Shrek had previous kids and stuff?
He has kids with Fiona after the second film, I think.
Who the fuck's Fiona?
The Lady Shrek.
Oh,
The Lady
she
Shrek.
Shrek. She Shrek.
I'm talking in
one of the
Noodles'
title there.
language. He doesn't
Lady
know.
Shrek.
He doesn't know the franchise. It's like
The one with the orange hair.
yes, Cameron Diaz.
That's not Cameron Diaz.
That's her voice.
Fucking ogre.
Tis now. No.
But Shrek's not Mike Myers, but it's his voice.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? I need to watch Shrek, don't I?
You do. The first two. After that,
1 and
don't
2,
bother.
forget the rest.
Yeah.
20 years on, after its demise, publisher Acclaim is being resurrected in order look to support indie developers and reignite classic franchises. Bit random, isn't it?
Corporate investment group probably bought the name.
This is not a claim.
Hey.
No, I didn't mean it as a joke. It's not the company Acclaim.
Well, it's the same way that
It's just
Atari's not the Atari from
Yeah,
the 70s
Atari's
and
not
80s.
Atari, is it? Konami's not Konami that you think it is.
Oh,
It's all different things. But yeah, whatever. Next.
It's just interesting considering so many projects and stuff are getting cancelled left, right, and centre, and then they come out and say, "Yeah, we're investing in gaming."
I mean, it'll be nice to see the Acclaim logo at the start of a game because they released some really fucking good games when I was a kid.
They did.
They keep that old logo, that colours going across the yard. I'll be in
Yeah.
there.
What was their best game? I'm trying to think through Acclaim's back catalogue now.
It depends on because they had eras.
They did publishing as well, so it might have not been an Acclaim
Yeah.
game. They might have just published something.
Let's have a look. Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, but that was Midway, wasn't it?
Well, no, but so these are ones that they've published. They published Forsaken, Alien
that.
Trilogy on the PlayStation. They developed
Yeah,
that
the
one.
Doom clone. Yeah, that were good.
Yeah.
That were good.
Great
Turok 2: Seeds of Evil.
I was going to say it's Turok 2, wasn't it? That's where I remember
Turok,
it
I think
from.
it is Acclaim Turok, isn't it?
I think it is.
Developers were Iguana Entertainment. They published it.
Yes.
They published about 6 WWE and WWF games.
They did, yes.
Legends of Wrestling, Forsaken, Alias.
Forsaken was so good.
Oh yeah, it was great. Mary-Kate and Ashley Crush Course.
Loved that.
Vex, fucking
That
hell.
was
Vex.
the original Dark Souls, Mary Kate and Ashley Crash Course.
Do you remember Vex Oodles?
I do remember Vex, yeah.
Yeah. No, they had their hands on like quite a lot of good ones. Armorines,
I always
Project
got them
Swarm.
confused. Oh yeah, I used to get them. Marines was good. That was the original fucking Helldivers. That
Yeah, but in first person.
in first person. I always used to get them mixed up with Atari at that time in their life because when Atari was still making games and stuff.
Yeah, there was like they were really big during the 90s. So
Yeah,
like
PlayStation era.
no, like SNES and Mega Drive time. So
Oh yeah, way before that.
like 1993 was a huge year for them because they had WWF Royal Rumble and King of the Ring, the first Mortal Kombat on home systems, RoboCop 3,
Yeah.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day on the SNES and Mega Drive.
Is that the gun shooter one or
Yeah.
the one the 2D action one?
2D action one. Yeah. And then the year after they had Mortal Kombat 2 and
Which is a fucking great game.
two Simpsons games. They did Rise of the Robots. They published, which was
I
not a
didn't
good
hate
game.
that like some people did. I didn't hate it like some people did. I rented it from Blockbusters. I kind of enjoyed it.
So yeah, like they were big, and then when they got into the kind of the PlayStation age, they did a lot more with
yeah,
Nintendo.
I'm sure they published like Driver or something along those lines. Maybe not Driver, but
maybe
something
that's-
like that.
I'm trying
Or
to-
like one of the Alone in the Dark games, maybe. Or like Infogrames. I think that were Infogrames.
Infogrames was Alone in the Dark. No, they didn't. They didn't do Driver, weirdly enough. But yeah, I have that as a memory that they did that.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive 2. They did
There
the
we
Dead or
go.
Alive games.
Yeah.
So yeah, loads of shit. Loads of shit.
Loads of shit. Shovelware.
The Crazy Taxi, PlayStation 2 and GameCube ports. So yeah, like loads of stuff that when we were kids that we played a lot. Fucking hell, the Burnout games. The Criterion
That's
made the
it.
Burnout they brought in. That was a driving
Burnout.
game.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
So-
right, next.
Yeah, happy to see that logo back.
Final one. Apex Legends and Titanfall Studio has reportedly cancelled an unannounced first-person shooter.
If it was Titanfall
Titanfall
3, I'm going
3.
to smash things. I'm going
That's
to
what it was,
break
Titanfall
stuff.
I'd be
3.
well upset if it was.
Cancelled it. BT will never return. Woe is me.
Sad. Okay, but over to, 50-50 positive news. The weird world of the web. There's a run on
The
Cheese
weird
Naan.
world of the web.
Right. Weird world web. Yes. It's been a long day. There's a run on Cheese Naan in Japan. And Monster Hunter Wilds is to blame. Automaton reports that fans of the hit PS5 game have been storming Nepalese restaurants right around the country after seeing a cutscene in the game which depicts the delicacy in obscene detail. For those who haven't played the title yet, as you progress through the campaign, you'll be invited to a meal in the village of Kunafa, where you'll be treated to a delicious plate of cheese naan. It's here that you're shown
so much.
the mouth-watering dish in all its glory: thick, creamy, melted cheese and beautiful baked naan.
I just saw
I
the
bet Candy
screenshot.
don't like it because it's just a utensil. It's just
No, love cheesy
just a
naan.
receptacle for food.
Chili
Nah.
cheese naan is god
You don't like
tier.
a cheese naan, but you don't like pizza crust.
No, because there's no cheese in
no.
a pizza crust.
Yes, there is. If you
No,
want,
and naan
Yeah,
is just so
it's an
soft and
optional extra.
delicious and garlicky, and
But it's just a receptacle for curry.
it's so much more than that. I just saw a screenshot of that cheesy naan. And that was enough
know
to
what I
almost
get
make me
from-
order some. I might order some now
Curry
thinking
house.
about it.
I get a bag, and you get 3 big cheese and garlic naans. Fuck me.
Yeah, I love a cheese naan.
Fuck me, so good. When it's steaming out of this
Yeah.
fucking foil bag that it's coming.
And the cheese is all stringy.
Look, I've just had a McDonald's and I'm still hungry. Because I've just had a McDonald's, I think. That's probably why I'm still hungry.
Yeah, standard.
Rip-off place.
Okay, next up. Driver crashes in unsuccessful attempt to avoid duck. A Dunedin man's efforts to not hit a bird with his car failed spectacularly when he crashed into the wall and ran over a duck.
Oh, poor duck.
No.
Senior Sergeant
That's
Anthony
awful.
Bond of Dunedin said police were called to Allendale Road on Saturday after a vehicle crashed into the wall. The 38-year-old man was driving alongside the road when a duck flew in front of him, blocking his vision. The man swerved to avoid driving into the duck. However, by doing so, he crashed. No injuries were reported to the man. However, a deceased duck was found at the scene.
Oh,
Poor duck. I love ducks.
crispy pancake for dinner.
That's not the same type of duck. Don't eat wild ducks.
You do?
Domesticated ducks. No, farm ducks you eat, not wild ducks.
What?
Do you think they're just picking fucking, what they call them?
Mallards.
Mallards off at fucking pond and just popping them in a pan? Don't work like that.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
I'm pretty sure they're just regular ducks.
They're not.
Right, I can tell you a story, right? So I was in Hong Kong and we went to a Chinese restaurant and there was loads of us around a table and we said, we'll all have the duck.
And how
Very
many
nice.
mallards were popping
They-
about?
They brought this duck out and it was just a duck. It was a duck. It was a duck. It was cooked. It looked exactly like just a regular pond duck.
Yeah, a cooked duck looks like any duck. It's like a cooked human looks like any type of human. It don't matter.
A free
Oh, I
range
love
human.
This, this
Oh,
is a
do-
bonus
it
candy,
reminds me of
man,
a-
this is.
It reminds me of a story where, like, I've had very few driving lessons in my life, but I did have some when I was like 20. And I swerved out of the road for a cat. And I don't know if this is law or anything, but he told me that the instructor said if you do that in your test, you'll fail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're just supposed to run a cat. I said to him, nah, man.
Well, if there's nothing
Cat
behind
over.
you, you can do an emergency stop.
It's all about
I don't
it's all about safely responding to the situation. Unfortunately, sometimes if the heavy traffic, lots of things move
Mate,
past. Sometimes you have to. Hit
I'd
the
have
animal.
gone into a double-decker bus like the Smiths if I had to. Telling you. To save a cat.
Yeah.
Fuck it, my life's forfeit.
I just love that story
I'm the
about
instructor.
the guy trying to avoid the duck or a duck. He may have even killed a different
But
duck.
he killed it anyway.
But he
Killed his
just
wife.
crashed into a wall and killed said duck.
Well, that's it. Let's move on to what we've been doing this past 2 weeks. And I want to hear from Candy.
I watched a film. I
No
watched
way.
a film called Vivarium. It's not a new one. Came out 2019. It stars what's his face? What is his face? Hang on a minute. Jesse Eisenberg. Stars Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots. Now, this is kind of a sci-fi. It's to give you a breakdown of the story. A young couple go to view a house. The estate agent is very insistent that they go and view that house then and there. They get there. The estate agent disappears. They're like, this is a little bit weird. And this guy's kind of weird to begin with. So off they go. Can't find their way out of their estate. Car runs out of juice. So they're stuck in this house, essentially. Things start to get a little bit weird. They notice food parcels start showing up to keep them alive. They've got everything taken care of. And then a baby one morning is in the box. They're tasked to look after this baby.
Oh.
And no, they didn't eat it. They're tasked to look after this baby, and it's growing at a rapid rate of knots. So it takes about 90 days for him to grow about 9 years, 10 years.
What?
Yeah, and it's just a kind of mystery sci-fi, which starts off pretty good.
I've never even heard of it.
I don't think it was received particularly well.
I've seen it advertised on.
Yeah,
where did you say you saw it?
Just come to Netflix. Was it Netflix? I think it was Netflix.
No, I think I've seen it on Prime. I think it's advertised on or Disney. It's
Yeah, it might be Prime. It's going to be at Netflix and Prime. Anyway, I shoved it on. It looks cool. It looks interesting, and visually, it's very fucking cool. It's very liminal space. It's very backrooms because you see this this housing estate, and everything is so sterile and cookie cutter. It looks absolutely fantastic. But of course, the shit hits the fan, and as does the plot. Really, it starts something fun and then doesn't really take it anywhere particularly new or particularly interesting. I enjoyed the first half of it. It's like sometimes that you think that they've written a cool concept and they haven't really thought about the ending. Yeah, it's one of them.
Christopher Nolan, yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's not a winner, unfortunately. And there's not a whole lot to say about it. I would love to give you an in-depth.
It's one of those. It's one of those like I am intrigued to start watching this just from what you've said.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know where it goes, even though I know there's probably diminishing returns. But I want to kind of watch it and see how far my attention span lasts with it. Because I did watch that Gorge that you recommended over week, and I really liked it.
Until you didn't.
Until they went into the Gorge.
Yeah, it's not that it even does anything particularly sort of bombastic with the story or anything, or it does anything. It doesn't sort of. It's not a point. There's not a point where it jumps the shark. It just kind of trails off. The acting in it's great. It's fine. It's Jesse Eisenberg doing his normal thing, like talking really staccato and kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
I think probably that the best performance was this kid that they're raising. Absolute horrible little nutcase.
They all are. All of them. Every kid on the planet.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It did a Sunday afternoon for me.
Yeah, this Sunday because you've got nothing else done in 2 weeks.
I did. Well, no, I've got one thing, but I'll talk about it in the green room because it could get a little bit political.
Oh dear, she's been watching the news.
I will never watch the news. I get my news off Facebook like every other adult.
Right then, cool. If that's what you've got, that's what you've got.
What I got?
Yep, I'll go next. I've watched a show and I've played a game. I'll start with the show. I've started watching the new show by the creators of Peaky Blinders. Thousand Blows, it's called.
Oh, is that the one with Stephen Graham?
Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham. Probably my current favourite British actor. Just because he can do no wrong in my eyes. Even if he's in a shit something, he's the best thing in it. Venom, I'm looking at you. All three of them. He's always the best thing in whatever he does. Peaky Blinders is a funny one to talk about because people love to rag on people liking it. Do you get what I mean? It's one of those. It's like when people rag on people that like Stranger Things.
I loved it. I, for some reason, haven't seen the final season.
I thought Peaky Blinders was sensational. I think it's really good, and I love Cillian Murphy in anything he does. Last season's the worst season, but it's not terrible.
Oh,
but
is it?
It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's just not as good as the first. You know what I mean? I think the first season's amazing. But yeah, so it's set in Victorian London in the reign of Queen Victoria, obviously, and it's about two Jamaican immigrants that, at the time, the British Empire was expanding, so Jamaica was part of a Commonwealth at that point, and they were promised, "Come to London, there's loads of jobs." Oi, 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 oi. As we all know, as colonialism does, they stretch too far, and they have to bring people back because you went too far. And these two Jamaican lads come to London, and it turns out it's a right proper cesspit. It's a dive, isn't it? It's horrible, London. Horrible, London. What? Literally,
always has been, always will be.
Everyone in it sounds like you, mate. Everyone, apart from the Jamaican boys. And they're walking around Chelsea when they first get there, which is the nicer bit of London at that point. And it's like, God, if this is shit, we're headed to the East End. And they go to the East End. And that's when everything kicks off. There's pickpockets and Oliver Twist style characters. And it turns out that there's a gang of female thieves. And they're getting embroiled in all that. But it turns out these two lads from Jamaica are daaaaahn boxers. They're really good at boxing.
Oh.
Like 1,000 blows, there you go. So they didn't come to London to box. One of them came to London to be a lion tamer. I'm not making that up. And the other just came with his friend. And they get embroiled in this gang, an underground gang of women that like anti-patriarchy women that rob from men and stuff like that, but they use their sexual guile to rob from men, as you can imagine. And these lads, they're a breath of fresh air in this neighbourhood. Like, fucking hell, we don't see many black folks around here, and these guys are confident and they're handy, they can knock someone out if they want, so they start getting used by these gangs and to do heists and stuff, and boxing, and that's where, what's his chuffing name? Stephen Graham's character comes in. He's the best boxer in the country. It's bare knuckle boxing, by the way. He's called Sugar, and these lads go up against him. But even though they like knock him out, and he still like respects them and stuff like that. And I don't want to go any further into it, but it's just a really good period crime romp. Is the best way to describe it. If you liked Peaky Blinders and you got sick at Birmingham accent, you'll like this. So, I think this is aimed at someone like you, Biggie, more than someone like Gadget. I don't think Gadget's the audience for this.
Nah,
I'd like it if there were like elves walking around and stuff as well.
And punching horses.
I don't think
rude.
I can't imagine you and Peaky Blinders getting on. To be honest, Gadget.
I don't like Peaky Blinders. Pip's watched it all,
No.
and I tried to watch it. One, the Birmingham accents annoyed me. Two, horrible. The story just annoyed the piss out of me.
No fucking fighting.
This is the problem with 1,000 Blows and Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
It's all based on real accounts, so they can't go too crazy.
But they're fictionalized versions of real accounts.
The fictionalized versions, yeah, absolutely, yeah. They didn't all have amazing haircuts in the Peaky Blinders in real life. Do you know what I mean?
I'm also pretty sure that Enoch Powell was not involved with the Peaky Blinders at any point.
Any point, or the British Fascist Party.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really good. I don't need to go into you know what to expect with this kind of show from the same people who made Peaky Blinders. But I recommend it. It's on Disney Plus. It's free. If you bank with Lloyd's, it's free. But really, really enjoyable. It's definitely something me and you could talk about, Biggie. Though. It's definitely
I'll jump on it soon, mate.
Me and you can get nerdy over it because I love a period piece anyway.
One for the dads.
Romp. It's for dads. It's a dad show. But I've also been playing a game that I put off for probably nearly a year at this point. I can't remember when it came. It came out some point last year. A game that was laughed at and scoffed at and belittled. And I got this game for £15 at CEX. Yes, I went into CEX.
You come out Small Links Africa.
He wasn't that. He's just a white monster everywhere.
Candy has entered the room.
Yeah, and I picked it up because I thought, fuck it, right? I got to get this out of my system. I've got to see if it's any good. If not, I'll bring it back. I played and completed in the last couple of weeks Star Wars Outlaws.
Ooh.
That's going for 15 quid. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
The fucker wants it.
It's on sale digitally now, I think, not 15 quid though. Star Wars Outlaws. You all know what it is. It stars Kay Vess, the I don't know, what is she? She's like a
Bounty hunter or something, isn't she?
No, she's not a bounty hunter. She's just a runner for syndicates.
Yeah, she's a Han Solo.
She's a smuggler, just a vagabond, a wise gal. You know what I mean? And she gets embroiled in the syndicates in these couple of planets, these 4 or 5 planets. The Hutts, we all know the Hutts. Crimson Dawn, you know the
Green Giant.
Crimson Dawn from Game of Thrones. She was in. No, not Green Giant. Also the Ashiga clan, which are like the Bugs, and the Pikes, which are the worst gang in my opinion. And basically, this game is, how do I put this without sounding too hyperbolic? To me, it felt a bit like a cross between GTA and Mad Max, but with a Star Wars coating.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, are you saying that in a positive or a negative way?
So,
because with that description, you get GTA, which is a really dense narrative-based experience. Mad Max, you have this kind of broad open world thing where there is a narrative experience, but it's more mechanical. And how do those two mix? Is that like a good mix or a bad mix?
So, I finished this game in about 20 or so hours. I loved it. I
really
loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I saw people hate on it, and I know it launched really badly, didn't it? It was buggy and a mess.
Yeah, I think it's still a mess on PC.
I'm nearly a year later on PS5. I fucking loved it. This is a character-driven action open zone.
Right,
game.
So not open world.
It's not open world, it's an open zone. Where you have, after like the hour point, you've got freedom to get in your ship, do some aerial combat in space, fly to another planet, hyperdrive, and do missions on a different zone if you want. It's not linear. It's you do job. The basic loop is you've got all 4 of those syndicates, crime syndicates. You need to balance the power, and let's say you do a job for Crimson Dawn, and it's a job against the Hutts. Crimson Dawn are going to go up in your reputation is going to go up in their estimations, and it's going to go down in the Hutts. Now, on each planet, these crime syndicates own part of these, like there's areas where you can't go. If, let's say, the Hutts don't like you enough, you can't go there. You'll get shot down. You'll get killed. You know, like when you get 5-star wanted on GTA.
Yeah.
That'll happen. So you've got to kind of balance it. You think, I really do need to go into Hut's territory because they've got certain merchants that I need to speak to. I need to do some selling. I need to do some smuggling. So before I go there, if I do a few odd jobs for the Hutts without knocking any of the other clans' alignments, I can at least get it to where they're not going to shoot me on sight. And there's a lot of strategy to it that I didn't think you'd get in this kind of third person. I mean, you are on Tatooine. That's pretty third world.
Is it one of those ones where you can kind of like talk your way out of problems? Like, can you fast talk effectively?
Yeah. You can. She's a rogue, mate. She's a rogue, proper roguish. Kay Vess is the driving force in this game, and I fell in love with that character. She's brilliant. She's got a little character, little like alien creature called Nyx that does mechanical things for you. I mean, it's a shooting game as well. It's not lightsabers. It's a third-person shooter. So you've got blasters, you've got different kind of cannons and stuff like that, and vehicles. You've got speeders to bomb about in and stuff. I just really fucking liked it.
Do you think having the Star Wars coat of paint on it was to its detriment, maybe? Like, if it had found its own audience that were more into like strategy.
This kind of game with the exact same mechanics could have been feudal Japan. It could have been war-torn France. It could have been any of those things. But because of the Star Wars coat of paint, people get critical, don't they, when it's not right?
That's what I mean. And maybe something a more strategy-based game is not so
it's
much
not strategy,
their
like I say. You've just got to be strategic on your approach to certain missions.
Right.
Like, technically, you can get every single clan to love you, and you can get every single clan to hate you, or you can get a nice. But I mean, however, whatever the clan level is, depends what ending you get as well. So there's a reason, and you get gifts from the clan, like you get new outfits, new blasters, new speed bikes, new paint for your ship, and. So, if you prefer one clan to the other, like, I hate the Pikes. I'm an anti-Pike person. I don't like them. They're the least favourite clan. They're horrible. They deal in a lot of human smuggling. Quick money, good, easy money, but morally bankrupt, in my opinion. Huts are slave traders. Do you know what I mean? It depends where you want to go. Crimson Dawn seem to be more about fraud with, like, credits and stuff. And Ashiga, they are... the parallel to like feudal Japan, like they look like samurai bugs in samurai armor. They've not made them up for. They exist in the Star Wars lore and stuff. But yeah, it's set in the time between. So Darth Vader exists. He's not an antagonist or anything, but he exists. But the Star Destroyer, the Death Star doesn't exist. So you get what I mean between episode 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So the Stormtroopers have just got the new helmets because you see some of the older helmets, when they were clone troopers.
Aye.
Yeah.
And Jedis are a thing of the past kind of thing.
That's the thing, they can't go too far away from it, can they? Otherwise people go, it doesn't feel like Star Wars.
But the thing is, like, you go to Tatooine, you go to Mos Eisley, you go to the same cantina that the lads are playing.
Are they still playing that?
No, you can make them. You can make them.
They've
play
got a big contract there.
You can make them play it, but there's different things as well. But obviously, there's no Skywalkers. There's none of this. There's none of that. Like,
good.
You're against syndicates. There's the Empire are there. They call them imps. Obviously, Imperials.
Yeah,
they're there, but they're the police. So you know what I mean? Because you're in the Outer Rim as well. So there's not that much Empire-ness to it.
It's linked to Star Wars, but it isn't drowning in Star Wars.
It's not drowning in Star. That's a good way of doing it. Like, there's loads of... Like I said, you can get in your ship, fly off, do some space. Just because a lot of stuff's on planet. There's space stations, space you could dock in and see if their merchants have got anything you can trade and stuff like that. It's really fucking good, guys. I'm not doing it justice by my discussion, but it's really fucking good.
Made a more compelling case for it than anyone I've heard.
Yeah, I think it's because when it came out, it was buggy. It was a mess. People were falling through the scenery and stuff like that, and that's just not the case anymore. It's a really good, like, 20-hour-ish campaign. You can make it longer if you want to 100% it out.
It had quite a long development time, for what I remember, and the initial trailers looked quite stunning, and then when the actual game footage came out,
it didn't look as good, did it?
Dropped in quality.
It looks great. It looks great. It's on the same par as like Jedi Survivor, looking wise.
That's cool.
I mean, it's just exactly what you want. Nothing's crazy. It's not stylized. It's just Star Wars. But the characters are really good. Like, the main story beat is you're trying to do the biggest heist the galaxy's ever seen. So you're getting these different. You're building a crew from different syndicates, and I'm not sure because I've only done one playthrough. I think you can get different people for your crew, and it brings a different ending to and stuff. You know what I mean? There's reasons to play it, and that's what the GTA-ness comes through. Like, it's kind of open zones. You can bomb about on speeder bikes and stuff, but you're still amassing to do a big heist, which you do on the last GTA, don't you? I just really, really liked it. I might be alone on this, but it gave me Mad Max vibes. It gave me a reason to want to be in this worlds, should I say. I thought it was fantastic. And I really, really recommend it if you can get it cheap. Absolutely. And again, I love a strong female protagonist, and she is badass. And she's rocking that 80s haircut.
Nice.
Yeah. I recommend it please, listeners, let me know if you've played it. I fucking loved it, man. And it shocked me. I just did it on a whim. But yeah, that's me. Star Wars Outlaws, and Thousand Blows. Gadget?
So a few things. I did another little robot boy this week. So I did steal his.
Gadget's into Gunpla, everybody.
Only the Armored Core ones. I think it's fun.
That's where it starts.
He's in a niche of a niche.
Yeah. It's because I loved Armored Core 6 so much.
His new name is Danish.
Is that a quiche?
That was fun together, a little more fiddly than the first one, but no, I enjoyed it.
What size are they, mate? What size are they? Show me again.
So they fit in your hand.
They're bigger than SDs, aren't they?
Yeah.
For the listeners, folks, they're comparing
Robots.
Comparing robots.
robots.
But
Don't you do that?
I mean, you won't be able to see too well over the camera, but they are really detailed.
They're lovely.
Like
That looks like a fiddly boy to create.
he was a fiddly boy, and actually, you can't really see that. I did break.
You fucked it up, didn't you?
I broke one of the leg pieces. You can see there on his thigh.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
I've got to glue it back on. I've still got the piece, but yeah, I broke it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did that. Couple of things. So I've done a game and a film. Game. I'm not going too detailed into this one because I'm saving for a YouTube video. Oh, also my latest YouTube video is out. Go look for that if you like 9 Souls. 3 hours 10 minutes. That one. Fucking hell. Look for Gadget on Gaming on YouTube. See, Candy, you've got to self promote.
I know, I'm too embarrassed to, though.
Go
So,
watch Candy's
go
new
do
video as
it.
well.
Yeah, Candy's new video on onlyfans.com/Candy Machine.
That's right.
So yeah, I started playing a game for my next video. Playing Silent Hill 2 remake.
Oh, we have reviewed this.
The Bloober Team one, yeah, which is why I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm talking about it for the video.
Yeah.
But it's fucking good. The noise.
Bloober Team are not on the blacklist anymore, are
I was
they?
going to say, Bloober did it. They surprised us all.
Yeah,
You son of a bitch, you did it.
yeah.
You son of a bitch.
What I will say is it's so far for me. I'm only about halfway through it. I've just reached the air hospital.
You're not halfway through it yet.
Oh, well, okay. I'm about just over a third of the way through it.
Yep.
In the original game, that's halfway through it.
Yeah, I know. Remember when I told you this, when I said,
Yeah.
you were like, oh, you're halfway through? I'm like, oh, brill. I weren't.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of good stuff they put in the game. They've done really well with remaking like the characters. Like the character animations are fantastic. I'm enjoying a lot of the voice performances, apart from Angela's, but there's reasons for that one.
Yeah, because they're good in this. That's why you're enjoying it, because they didn't used to be good, did they?
Sort of, but Angela's one was always like, hers was always very dreamlike and out there, and I quite like that. I don't like the way the new actress is playing it. It's not bad, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
What I will say is, as someone who has played the original to death, the new stuff that Bloober have put in, I don't think works that well. Mostly because it's a bit nothing.
Which do you mean?
So like that, there's that early quest where you've got to, the one involving the
side quest that they do.
Yeah, the one involving the record player.
Yeah,
that it was just like, I mean, it was a 40-minute diversion, but
nothing. Yeah,
it didn't really add anything for me. You know, it didn't add anything to the
no,
story.
it seemed like padding, didn't it? I get what you mean.
And I don't like these little kind of combat corridors that they do where the wind kicks up and you've suddenly got a load of enemies to deal with.
Yeah, they were not in the original.
They weren't in the original. I don't think they really add anything.
You get a lot more ammo and stuff in this, don't you?
A lot more ammo, a lot more health drinks. Like, I'm fucking swimming in health drinks at the minute.
Yeah, mate, when I ended it, I had like 40.
What I will say is the stuff that they've remade from the original game is excellent. Like the Woodside and Blue, whatever it is, apartments, fucking brilliant.
Yeah, the Woodside apartments is frightening.
Well, the Woodside apartments itself isn't so bad, but it's when you go to the other world and you go to like the second apartment building, and that's fucking scary. There's that moment where you go when you meet Angela in the other world, and as you walk towards the door, you hear her whispering through your headphones, and it fucking put the shits up me. Like, proper.
Only if you've got headphones on. I will play that game with fucking headphones on.
The sound design is incredible. I really like the kind of reintroduction of Pyramid Head.
Is this got? So I haven't played these games like since they originally came out. So Silent Hill 1 was the one with all the fog. Silent Hill 2 also got fog,
yes,
because now they don't need the fog because it was covering stuff they couldn't show. But now they could use it for atmospherics now, can't they?
Yeah, so the fog in the first Silent Hill was basically hiding the pop-in on the PlayStation. The PlayStation had terrible draw distance.
So they kept it for the second one.
Yeah, but what people, like, it wasn't like a conscious decision. It was just something that, it was like a mechanical limitation. Body Harvest on the N64 did the same fucking thing. Body Harvest didn't get praised for this. But Silent Hill got a lot of praise for it, so they think, okay, well, let's keep this as a visual style for the second game.
Thematically as well, didn't it?
Yeah. I say the sound design's really good, music's really good, voice acting is generally good, the graphics are fucking incredible. I really like the redesigned Maria. I will eat humble pie. So far, this is like an 8 out of 10 game for me. I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. It's
great. It's great. I loved it.
And it's running really well on PC. Apart from it does the cardinal sin. The game runs at a smooth, buttery 60 frames a second, but the cutscenes are at under 30. Fucking annoys the piss out of me.
There's a lot of cutscenes in it.
There are a lot of cutscenes. So I'm going to, after we finish recording, I'm going to do a bit more of the hospital before I get to the other world. I'm not doing the other world bit of the hospital at night. Fuck that.
Awful. they had a new. I'm not going to spoil it, but they had a new puzzle in that got me like, what? It wrapped my head. So maybe you'll do it better than I do.
They can also get fucked on the puzzle in the motel for the safe key. Fucking 0451. Fuck off. Yeah. You haven't earned that, Bloober. Anyway, main thing.
I guessed it.
Yeah. Well, I got the clue. I was like reading it. I was like, oh, fuck off. Main thing I've watched because we don't have cinema guy. I've been to the cinema. I'm pulling in double duty to cover for Stig because he's not here.
Do you have the Dobles?
No, I didn't go to that cinema. Went to an Odeon.
He only gets a coffee when he goes anyway.
I do, yeah. But I went to Odeon because I wanted to see this in IMAX because I went to see Mickey 17.
Oh, cool.
So if you remember a couple of years ago, I gushed significantly on Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton, and this is the film version of it. Directed by Bong Joon-ho and starring Robert Pattinson, many Robert Pattinsons, Naomi Aki, Stephen Wen, Toni Collette and Mark Ruffalo. It's a pretty stacked cast. This covers, very much like the book, Mickey Barnes, who is a perpetual fuck-up and escapes from his shitty life as an expendable on a colony mission to the planet Niflheim. An expendable is a person who gets sent out to do all the dangerous jobs and then gets cloned when he inevitably gets killed. Unlike Mickey 7, there are 17 of him. He gets an extra 10 deaths in this one. The film starts... The film has changed a fair few things from the book, but it still maintains it's a comedy. They've changed some of the characters around. They've expanded some characters, added some new ones, and kind of just shuffled the story around. It's basically the same as the book, but there's some pretty big changes that I think work in its favour. It's one of those ones where, a little bit like Silo, where the changes make sense when you see it transfer to the screen.
Right.
Mickey is no longer running away from a bad drug deal, or rather bad drug dealers. He's running away from a really bad investment that his friend Timo, played by Stephen Wen, got him into to start a shop selling macarons because they'll sell better than cheeseburgers, was Timo's idea on it. And so they get money from a loan shark, and and so they don't get chainsawed up with an electric chainsaw.
Standard.
What a random change.
Yeah, the chainsaw as well is because electric chainsaw has a speaker on top with the chainsaw sound, which is just a really fun detail I love. But to avoid the loan shark, that's where they sign up to it. Where one of the other changes is in Mark Ruffalo's character, who is Marshall. You remember Marshall, who was the boss of the facility? Well, he's now Kenneth Marshall, and instead of being a former military man who's kind of press ganged into this, he's a former disgraced congressman who was a congressman for 2 terms and failed to get re-election, and got in with a rather skeevy hyper evangelical church, and has somehow become the leader of this colony mission. But he has a kind of rabid fan base. And Mark Ruffalo is giving Trump mixed with Elon Musk. But he's wearing the biggest fake teeth, so he's got a little bit of a lisp to it as well. But he's this kind of monstrous egomaniac, needs the attention, and all the while he's got this kind of this guy from the church, this kind of religious handler behind him, just whispering in his ear, no, Mr. Marshall, this is what you should be doing. You should be happy about this. This is a great moment for us and the church and the company, that kind of thing. It really leans onto the anti-capitalism thing that the book hints at, but Bong Joon-ho has just gone really deep in on it. The Mickey Barnes is interesting the way Robert Pattinson's playing it, because so obviously the story in the book is Mickey crashes through the ice and is left for dead, and these alien creatures on the planet that are called creepers, who he thinks should be hostile, actually rescue him, and he walks back through the snow, gets back to the base, and when he gets into bed, he realizes that he's already been replicated, and there is now a Mickey 8 or a Mickey 18. The way Robert Pattinson's playing it, he is not playing the same character twice. He is playing two different characters for this to make it visually different. When Mickey 17 and 18 are stood next to each other, they stand differently. They sound different. Robert Pattinson himself has said he's playing them like Ren and Stimpy. So Mickey 17 he's got this kind of really small voice. He's quite squirrely. He's real fuck up. He's nervous about everything. He just gets on with it. Where Mickey 18 is like more confident, more aggressive, and actually comes like he starts off like actively wanting to kill 17, but then ends up kind of feeling very protective over him. It's fucking brilliant. It's so good. It's Bong Joon-ho kind of at his best. It is silly. It is very funny at times, but then it also kind of delves into some horror stuff as well. There's kind of real drama.
He does horror well, actually, doesn't he? Like the more horrific moments of Parasite.
But he does it in the same scene. He can have a scene where just line to line, it's comedy, it's disgusting drama, it's scary. I think because Toni Collette plays Kenneth's wife, who's a new character for this film.
Oh, you got Biggie then.
She's unhinged. She's really fucking creepy. In a really, really
Which she can do well too.
Yeah, which she can do well. But she does it in this really, really earnest way. Like this kind of, if you think of those kind of fucking weird MAGA Republican women, she's kind of like that. Kind of very disconnected from the rest of people. Believes being civilized is all about having the right sauce on your meal, and that becomes this kind of running theme throughout, that she's just making sauces constantly. Special effects are fantastic. Everything's set up well. The sound is great. Music is great. It's a really good, high budget, high concept science fiction film, done really well. And Robert Pattinson's got to win some awards for this one, because he is incredible playing two Mickeys at the same time.
Unfortunately, they'll forget about it by the time
I know
when it's come along.
I know, but I really, really loved it.
I very nearly. It was in the basket. I nearly got the audiobook for Mickey 7.
I would really recommend it.
Then I saw Stephen Fry's Odyssey was available. I went, no, bye.
We'll get Mickey 7 next, because it's a quick.
It's in my basket stuff.
It's a quick listen. Like, it's not a long book.
Yeah, it was like 6-7 hours, I think.
Yeah, but
Does the film follow the book like quite accurately, or does it go off and do?
no,
He's already told us it goes off differently.
It goes off.
No, but I mean in the sense of how close it follows.
The actual functional core narrative is pretty similar. In the book, there's like moments where like the creepers kind of attack the base and like actually kill people. That doesn't happen in the film. They kind of rebalance that relationship between the humans and the creepers. But again, for the better bit of it, it's still kind of gory, and there's still really brutal scenes, mostly involving Mickey dying.
I was going to say there's some gory ones. And some extras.
I think that's implied by the trailer, to be fair, that it looks like they're going to show a few of those.
By the time that comes out to stream, I'll have probably listened to the book then. So I'm looking forward to that.
There's a really... Candy, when you see it, the dinner party scene, you will just text me once you've seen it and just think about the dinner party scene.
Oh, no.
It's fucking wild. And it's great. And it's every time I see Robert Pattinson in a film, he's doing something different and acting in a different way.
Such a good actor.
He really is. And
such a good actor, man. He's one of my favourites constantly. Like currently, he's one of my favourites.
Yeah, like it's constantly surprising the things he can do with his face and with his voice, and he's like a modern Jim Carrey, but just he just
It makes you wonder, right, if he was doing a really good job at being bad in Twilight.
I think he was badly directed in Twilight.
No, but what if he was doing a really good job at being bad?
There was also the thing with Twilight. He was a young actor. He didn't really have much cachet. He couldn't
He was a pup, weren't he?
Yeah. Whereas like with this, and I think
you can't argue with scripts when you're a pup.
No, and with a director like Bong Joon-ho, like he's able to kind of let him. Like apparently most of the Mickey 18 dialogue.
Yeah, he does let people ad-lib. He lets them ad-lib a lot.
Like Mickey 17 was written. Mickey 18 was very improvised in the moment.
A lot of scenes in
cool.
Parasite when the family are chatting and that. There's no script.
Yeah. So I strongly recommend you go and see it at the cinema, because one, it looks great on the cinema screen, but also I just want this film to succeed so we get more films like this. I want to see high concept, weird science fiction films that have a good budget to them.
Is this his first sort of Western film as well, isn't it?
No. Bong Joon-ho's done a couple of Western focused films.
Did he do Snowpiercer?
He did Snowpiercer, yeah.
Oh, okay, he did that.
He also did Mother.
Mother?
Oh, no, sorry. No, not Mother.
Mother was Guillermo del Toro, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, he's done one called Mother, but I got them mixed up. I thought it was the Guillermo del Toro one. Yeah,
cool.
Snowpiercer was his first Western film.
Mickey 17, excellent. Going to have to swiftly move on to Big A. Hope he's had a biggie 2 weeks.
Sort of.
Good.
Just very quickly.
Never lets me down.
I've started a Succession rewatch with the missus.
Let's not talk about that.
She's loving it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the fact that I know what's coming up and enjoying it for that reason. I'm getting more into the roles because it's just nice knowing where this whole thing goes. Really cool. Do recommend a second rewatch of that. Finished Paradise. Really enjoyed that series in the end. Looking forward to its announced second season when that comes out. The 2 things I did watch, Win or Lose, which is a new animated series by Pixar on Disney+. It's cool. It basically follows a co-ed middle school softball team called the Pickles, and in the week leading up to the big championship game, and then each episode, at the moment it's currently 6 on Wednesday, it goes up to 8, and I think that's probably where it stops. And each episode has a different viewpoint of the same event that you see from the very first episode. So each episode, different character, all set in somewhere in that story at some point. And
that's a good idea. It's like the joke, the Aristocrats, isn't it?
And then you have this sort of inside-out link as well, where each character will have an issue, whether it's like pride, jealousy, fear, implemented in throughout the storyline. And the visuals are fantastic. It doesn't, if you've seen any trailers or pictures of it, it has a general art style, but as it's telling the stories of each character, the animation goes off in all weird different ways as well, which is cool.
I haven't even heard of it.
But yeah, I like it. My daughter's been watching it with us and she loves it. It's 6+ onwards, so it's obviously set for her age. She's 7, so she's enjoying it. As an adult, there's obviously stuff in it that'll make you chuckle as well. It's not their best work, don't get me wrong, but as a general crowd pleaser, if you want to call it that, yeah, I think it's good. It's good fun. Just very quickly, the only other thing I wanted to mention was I watched the Doubters to Believers, the Liverpool FC documentary about Klopp,
pod out, pal.
which I have really been waiting to see because I'm a Liverpool fan. It's not a massive deep dive into football or how the club is run, all this kind of stuff. It's like if you've seen a football documentary, you've probably seen them all. For
Candace's an expert. She watched Wrexham FC. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Wrexham, whatever we're called.
A non-Liverpool fan, you probably wouldn't get much out of this.
No.
But it is nice to see, because this obviously covered last season, and it sort of went really quiet about what was happening with this documentary, because Liverpool were in all 4 competitions when this sort of thing was announced. By the end of it, we walked away with just 1 trophy. But what I do like is the fact that it talks to some of the players, because the documentary does cover more about Klopp in his final season, and then it goes back. It
Get
jumps.
over
There's
him.
a time jump where they talk about how he first got into football, his first successful reign as a manager, and all this kind of stuff. And then it goes back to present, back and jumps a lot like that. And then talks to some of the younger players about the influence from him, which was nice. There's one really uncomfortable part of it where one of the players, Harvey Elliott, young lad, he has a dad who is one of those living the dream through his son kind of dads. And the intention was probably to make him seem like a loving dad, but the way it's edited, he comes across a bit of a dick.
You will score a goal, won't you, son? Or you're not coming home.
Yeah, like after a game, he'll sit his son down immediately. He goes, right, let's go and have a look through your performance of the match, and like probably criticise him and all this kind of stuff.
You know, that's the plot
there's a
for
lot of
that FIFA story mode, don't you? Remember that FIFA story mode that came out?
It was also the plot for Goal.
Bend it like Beckham.
No, Goal. Do you remember the one? Was it based in Newcastle?
Goal.
Oh, that trilogy or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. You better fucking win, son.
And then on the flip side, you got I think his name is Jaden Dans. He his family are there supporting him, and they come off a lot more sort of loving and natural. And
Yeah, we're just proud of him.
Yeah, he's just got this dick of a dad sort of thing, really pressurising his son when he probably already has pressure as a player. But
Yeah, it's
it
enough
may not
fucking
have been
work as it
intended
is
that
than
way,
having to
but-
please your dad.
Yeah, it's just a bit weird. It's only one episode that comes up, but it's a bit uncomfortable.
Does it stand out, though? That's the thing.
I think so. But yeah, it's nice. It was nice to have that story about Klopp, and it's a shame
I
that-
love a good football documentary, but I'm not watching that.
I don't blame you. It's the same as I wouldn't watch Leeds documentary for the same reason.
Oh, no,
But
you'll get nothing from it.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was nice to finally see this, and he'll certainly be missed. But we've got a great manager now, anyway. So
Yeah,
what he brought.
You're
to
not
the
doing
club was
bad, are you,
fantastic.
son?
No.
Not
But yeah,
at
it was just
all.
nice. It was nice, and that's on Prime. I really enjoyed watching that. So yeah,
Cool.
That's it for me.
Speaking of Prime, have we had any Prime feedback?
Yes, Jeff Bezos has delivered this feedback himself. So first of all, a man on the run from the police after 400 kilograms of fish paste was stolen from an Asda warehouse. It's Bobby Wayne.
That's in.
That's fishy.
Hello, Hellions. This past fortnight, I've listened to my favourite Dungeons & Dragons players start their second campaign on Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep. I've heard of that podcast.
They're all attractive, I've heard.
Yes, very attractive. It's been an exciting
Even for
start
Baldwin.
to listen to the group immediately derail Gadget's carefully thought out plans, and even more entertained listen to Gadget get his explosive revenge. That'll teach him to go against the grain, eh? You won't get that joke if you don't listen to it.
Not having that.
Stig's character Jed is shaping up to be my favourite currently.
Fan favourite, always.
We all love Stig. We all love Stig. All he can do is make big characters that hit things. Come on. Have some nuance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I've also been watching an Apple Plus series called Severance. Never heard of it.
Yes.
I'm currently halfway through
Just
season
started.
2.
It's great.
Love it.
I don't think I've heard you guys talk about this before, so let me just say this. You will need to watch it as soon as possible. It's absolutely fantastic.
I've
we have
spoken
talked about it.
series
Candy's
one,
talked
yes.
talked
Once
about
or
it.
twice.
I think we've all seen it.
I actually haven't seen it, but I will be watching it someday.
Ooh.
I've started watching it.
The plot revolves around a group of employees at a company called Lumon who work on the severed floor. Any worker entering this floor has their consciousness severed and replaced with a new consciousness that only exists during the time on that floor. This is done to maintain a high level of secrecy for the company, and to what that relates is the subject of the plot. It's an awesome series exploring concepts of identity and even spirituality, autonomy, and fulfillment. There is comedy, romance, intrigue, mystery, all packaged into a well-directed and acted performance, and to me it's the next Breaking Bad.
I had a few beers when I was trying to explain that plot to somebody else, and Bobby put it across a hell of a lot better than I did.
He's quite eloquent with his words.
Next up, Mike Holstead. Shitty couple of weeks with the sinus infection that hit me so hard the doctors thought it might actually be meningitis. Turned out I'm allergic to the antibiotics, but it meant I got to watch the Elimination Chamber WWE event. Also, the Halo TV series that has just been put on Netflix. And as someone who never really played the Halo games, I was quite neutral coming into it. Some of the set pieces were great, but the acting could use some work. I also got round to watching the rest of Reacher, which is fantastic, and I restarted Vikings.
Yes.
So he's
Both great shows.
He's into big muscly men at the minute.
Who isn't? And it's not a minute.
No.
I'm keeping a buffer zone between Pip and season 3 of Reacher. Like we haven't watched season 2 of Reacher, but
it's got a bigger guy in it.
Yeah, the fucking Dutch giant guy. And her,
Yeah.
Oh, nah, I love it. There's not enough towels in the house.
She likes big men and all that, doesn't she?
She does,
She's
yeah.
told me before. She likes a big man.
Mike also says, not really been in the mood for games.
Games are shit.
Scorched Sheep Season 2 Episode 1 is fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and Biggie sounds like he's auditioning for every role on a new series of Eurotrash. Guys, we've recorded episodes 2 and 3 already. You don't know. You just don't know.
It's changed.
I think we haven't quite settled into the new characters yet, have we? I think we're
my
just still getting
character's
to learn them.
my character's gone Spanish about 5 times.
It was like the French accent that you're carrying on for most of it, and you just call one of the NPCs Senor.
So, like, France and Spain don't exist, so he's just generic European.
Which is what I've kind of gone for.
No, you've gone for Poland, 1938. Border Patrol. That's what you've gone for.
With a Viking haircut.
With a Viking haircut.
Zenos has said, I've been playing a lot. He's highlighted a lot of Palworld. Before you ask again, Oodles, Palworld is that one that's it's Pokemon with guns. I'm just saving you the time of asking because you never remember.
He showed me a screenshot and it was fucking horrific.
It's got a busy UI.
Busy, mate, busy. Fucking hell.
We've managed to get the time to actually get shit done, and all of us and our teams are now over level 40 and starting to get into the properly dangerous areas and weirder monsters. Thanks to a series of meteor strikes, I've obtained a dragon that lives in space and eats information. That's a sentence.
Of course.
And I'm about to start breeding them in hopes of creating a super dragon that can flatten anything I point it at.
Ooh.
Does this game, like, it's completely open and anything that you've got an imagination for, it just works?
Yeah, it's like Pokemon, but if they actually put a sandbox into it.
Yeah, because Pokemon isn't. It's very linear, isn't it?
Yeah, Pokemon's
You've got
just
to follow the rules.
Yeah, Pokemon's just a JRPG with
Yeah.
eugenics.
I've barely even touched Pokemon. It's not.Maybe I would like it though. It's turn-based, isn't it?
Yeah, it's turn-based. It's weird that you actually haven't gone into Pokemon because it has a lot with Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter and Dragon
lived
Quest.
on my Game Boy for like 10 years.
Yeah, it does have a lot of Monster Hunter and Dragon Quest to it.
Yeah, I know.
Are you guys into Monster Hunter? Because none of you have mentioned it. Like there's the new one.
I haven't picked it up yet. One, because
I also haven't picked it up because I was loving Star Wars Outlaws. I didn't need to.
Yeah, for me, one, because the PC port's a bit knackered, and also I don't have the time. I'm still playing through Avowed.
Also,
I've got Silent Hill 2.
I've been seeing screenshots and videos and people saying it's an ugly looking game.
Unless you're looking at the cheese naan bit.
Ooh, yeah.
I think the people I've seen playing it are really enjoying it. It'll be something
You don't play those games for the looks.
It'll be something I pick up at some point.
It's just Star Wars Outlaws just took my last 2 weeks from me. I loved it.
And like I say, I'm playing Avowed and Silent Hill, both big games.
Yeah.
I never played one properly anyway.
Last up, bundled up boy Angry Kurt. He's cozy today. Very cozy. He's got his blanket around him.
It'd be warm today though. We didn't need to.
Games wise, I decided to bin off Vice City. I just got to the point where I hit one too many frustrating missions and realised I simply wasn't having fun anymore and decided to call it quits.
Yeah,
fair,
man.
Absolutely fair. Vice City's great, but it can test your patience.
I don't even think I finished it. I just bombed around listening to V-Rock.
I did.
I've only finished. I've finished it once, whereas I finished 3 in San Andreas like multiple times.
I don't know if I finished any GTA game.
I finished them all bar 5.
I can't think of an ending for any of them. Oh no, I did finish San Andreas. I remember the ending very vividly. Yes, San Andreas I finished.
So he goes on to say, instead I've moved on to Yakuza Kiwami. Cracking game. I was chatting to a few people about Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and the new Pirate game, and they were saying how there are moments in the story which hugely pay off in those games if you played the previous ones. So maybe I'm stupid, but I decided to embark on a challenge to play all of them. This will take you years. Thankfully, I've already done Zero and the first Like a Dragon in both Judgment games, and now I'm a few hours into Kiwami, which is good so far. I'm just putting this out there, but I think the series tells stories better than any others in games.
Fuck off.
Maybe not, but the way it tells stories are really good. Like I like the kind of
what it does,
the soap opera melodrama of it.
I was just about to say it feels like a telenovela.
Yeah,
doesn't it? But in Japan. What it does as well, you get the sense of, is it Kamurocho?
Kamurocho.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of that world because you keep going back and, yeah, I know it's asset flips and stuff like that, but it does it in a really good way, in my opinion. You know streets. You start using the map and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
There's a fantastic density to the map as well, because actually the Kamurocho, especially in kind of 0, Kiwami, Kiwami 2, and 3, isn't that big. It's only like 5 streets.
Not big.
But there's so
you're
much
not in cars. You have to run everywhere.
Yeah, there's so much game packed into those 5 or 6 streets.
Yeah,
however big it is.
I think that's that. I think its strength is its world building.
Yeah,
the story is good, but it's very like fucking Christ. It's so dramatic when it's so dramatic. Calm down. It's just a plot of land. Fucking hell.
That's it, because Kiwami's about the fucking. There's this tiny little lot.
People are getting killed for it.
It's like this tiny little lot of land, and it's this thing like if the gangsters. If whoever controls this plot of land can build something ridiculous and make profit, that's all it's about. Yeah. But it's just because there's
a plot of land smaller than my house.
There's fucking weird. It's hysterical. There's so much that rides on it. It's great. And plus Kiryu's the best boy.
He's a good lad.
So yeah, it says everyone I've played has been utterly gripped by the story. It's told in a way where I'm never confused about what's going on. I won't be playing them in quick succession, but hopefully I'll catch up at some point.
Yeah, don't play them all at once, pal. I really
you'll get sick of them.
You'll get sick of it. Play a couple of games, then go back to one. Play another couple more games, go back to one. They're good for that. It took me years to finish them all.
I think I've just got 5 and 6 left to do. Like from the old ones.
I don't think I've done 6.
But I got about a third of the way through Infinite Wealth and just never went back to it, so I really need to finish that.
I'm missing the newer ones, obviously, but Like a Dragon, the first one, loved that.
Yeah. Film-wise, I watch Heat, not for the first time.
Heat?
Not for the first time. It was many years ago that I did, and it's still great today. If a bit too long and Al Pacino chews the scenery a bit too much. No, that's exactly Al Pacino's job in that film.
You got a great ass.
Wrong film.
I know it is, but it's still.
Yeah, saying that to De Niro seems a bit weird.
Hey, Robert De Niro's got a great ass.
No wonder it's called Heat.
He's got a great ass.
I also watched Conclave, which was fantastic and worthy of its awards nominations.
Why has everyone seen Conclave and not me?
Well, go to the fucking cinema, you tight get.
Yeah, have you not seen it?
Stop complaining that you haven't seen it if you want pay to go and see it.
It's literally one of them films when I go in, it says, a film created for Oodles.
Go fucking see it.
No.
Use your Tuesday off and go.
I might actually this Tuesday. I've got nothing on.
You finish fucking Star Wars, go and see it.
Yeah. Oh, I could go to CX as well, can't I?
Yeah. Trade the game back in, buy another game, go pub.
Done. Pub. Yeah. Done.
There you go.
I'm going to see
classy
You
Tuesday.
mentioned pub, he's not going to make the cinema.
You can buy beers in the cinema.
I know, I've done it. I've bought a few bottles of Stella.
Anyway.
I used to take my own beers in anyway, in my rucksack.
Captain America Brave New World was less good, but not as bad as critics made out. I largely agree with Stig on that. TV-wise, now this may prove controversial, but I have a new favourite TV show of all time, In the White Lotus.
Good choice.
I've been utterly enraptured by the show the past 2 weeks since I started season 1. The writing is fantastic and reminds me of Succession. Well, it's rich people doing rich people things, and they're mostly horrible, but it also has the same touch of humour to it. There wasn't one character arc I wasn't interested in. Highly, highly recommend it, and we'll be straight into season 3 after a small break while I watch the new series of Drive to Survive.
So he says his now greatest TV show of all time. That must mean that Kurt's never seen The Sopranos or Mad Men.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's just enjoying it. Like whether
no. What I'm saying is, I want him to watch them.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll ask him and see what he's seen.
Kurt, watch The Sopranos.
He did struggle with The Wire, but I think he'd be able to handle The Sopranos.
Mad Men's easy to follow.
I think. Mad Men, yeah.
I think Kurt watched through Breaking Bad and he really enjoyed that.
Oh, Breaking Bad's great as well.
Oh, Better Call Saul. I bet.
He did that. He watched them. I know he did. But try The Sopranos, Kurt. A bit old now, but fuck me, that show.
It says finally onto books. I'm still working through The Two Towers, but I've now started the Ringmaster book that Gadget read, yes, the one about Vince McMahon. So far, it's been a good read as someone not massively into wrestling, but I'm looking forward to when I start recognising more names. Where I am, he hasn't done anything truly heinous, but I'm still early on at the first ever WrestleMania. Oh yeah, the heinousness is about to start.
Being born was enough.
And that's Kurt's feedback.
Excellent. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in the show notes, and you'll find us on Blue Sky. We've got us Discord. Please consider becoming a patron because we need that money to fuel our problems. Also, Scorched Sheep's back.
It is.
Come on.
Get on
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
4 brand new characters, new part of the world.
Yeah.
32 new Biggie voices.
Episodes in the bank. It's good shit.
Banging.
Every 2 weeks.
You have no idea what's coming in a couple of these episodes.
Candy,
it goes off the rails.
Candy's got some slamming new character art.
Yeah.
Yep.
It slams.
Please, and if you get the Biggie bundle, you become like the S tier patron that gets everything for everyone. We've got Modern Escapism still going on. We've got all this stuff still going on.
Yeah, that was out last week.
Yeah, it's just a really good time to become part of our family. And again, 2 weeks' time, we will be doing the biggies.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
The night of the year.
We probably won't be doing it live again. We do apologise, but just schedules. But it will be the greatest show of the year. And again, as patrons, you get to submit a category.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You give a category and give your own awards out. If you're not a patron, we don't care.
We care. We just won't
No,
read
we
it
care,
out.
but the Academy doesn't recognise it.
Not as much.
Just not as much. It's like that third child you have, and you're just like, no, over two are better. But now, it's time for Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Do you think so?
That mic.
Got the little mic.
Please watch this episode. She's got a little microphone.
What's going on with the mic?
You know how it doesn't matter what's going on with the mic.
Where'd that come from? What's it about?
It's a mystery. The mystery is what makes it what it is. Do you think how you know in France how they eat snails and stuff, but they feed the snails nice things first, like cider and chestnuts and mushrooms and stuff.
Cheese. They give them cheese, don't they?
All sorts. Do you think rich humans who have a better diet of more expensive things taste better to cannibals?
Right. So, you're a fan of Robert Harris, aren't you, Candy?
I certainly am.
And in one of the books, not on the shows or the film, one of the books, Hannibal Lecter has this same discussion. I don't think you've read the books, have you?
I have read the books, and it's mentioned very briefly in Hannibal.
Yes, where you're putting the mic towards where it mentions that when you can taste human meat or long pig, as we're like us in the
in the industry.
In the cannibal community, us, we call it long pig. You can tell when they've had a certain type of wine, or if the person is a sugar fan or that kind of thing. It is very brief, but I wonder if there is some truth in that. I like the way your head's going.
I'll probably taste like a donut.
Would
I'm just trying to think
King Charles taste better than Vicky at the job centre?
He's got to, hasn't he? He has swan sandwiches.
And
Sausage
his
fingers.
fingers look like sausages, so you could eat them individually.
That's why he doesn't do much exercise. He'd probably have a very veal-like texture to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Fatty, very fatty, very gamey.
What do you think he tastes like?
Me? Bad decisions and regrets.
No, I didn't think he'd taste like deer or veal or venison. I
think I would take. Well, see,
I taste like crap.
Ted Bundy says that tattoos taste like shite. But then I
Does
eat
it?
a lot of sugar and I drink a lot of wine, so 50-50.
I think you're pickled on the inside, Candy.
I probably am. That might be quite nice. Like a pickle.
I definitely taste like chips.
You look like you taste like chips.
You look
Yeah,
like a
taste
chip.
chips. Yeah, chips. 100%. Chips and bread.
Beige. You taste beige.
Beige.
Gadget.
Yeah, I taste like Weatherspoons.
I'm probably taste like cheeseburgers. I eat a lot of cheeseburgers.
I was going to say curry.
I don't get that much curry.
Gadget,
actually.
I think Gadget looks like he tastes like a custard tart.
You're a custard
Oh.
tart. You like one of them? I haven't had one in
And
ages.
Biggie tastes like a Sunday roast.
What about the listeners? Let's guess what they taste like. I'm only joking.
We had Stig tastes like crisps, doesn't
Crisps. It's a fit. That
Quavers.
is
He's got the
modern
texture of
escapism
crisps.
law.
it? And
That's
he
canon.
hates that. He hates that that's canon as well. He tastes like a McCoy's cheese and onion.
Do you know what my Trump smell
I
of?
bet he breaks like a
crisps?
Pringle.
I don't know if you noticed, but my Trump smell like salt and vinegar crisps.
No, I didn't notice because when you trumped, I had to evacuate the room because you stink.
I do do. I
Oh, it's
do
a
a
mistake.
good room
Didn't realise it
clearer.
was you.
And the most I have to deal with your trumps are your tummy trumps when your fucking microphone gets going.
Yeah, the inside farts. How do you think
They're
that?
horrible.
How do you
Then
think that? hot
I
tub
always
was
get
going?
them at meetings.
It's
When
the
I'm in
worst,
meetings.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're the inward farts that go. brrr.
You might as well just
Yeah,
fart at
yeah.
that point.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm always sucking my sphincter in to try to stop it leaking.
And everyone knows. Oh, he's done an inside fart.
Also,
But
they'll
then
go,
you can't
"Oh,
excuse
he's
yourself
hungry.
either."
He's hungry. And I'll go, yeah, with my belly rumbling, not an inside fart.
No, it's a very distinctive sound, isn't it? The inside fart.
I do it all the time. I do it in job interviews and stuff.
Maybe you should eat less white bread.
That's what I taste like, mate. That's what I taste like. Yeah, I'm chips and bread. Yeah, I think that there's something with snails, especially, and because and certain farm yard animals, they feed them certain things, and you can taste the difference, can't you? Taste
yeah.
the difference.
I mean, there is the well-known fact that if a man eats a certain amount of pineapple, his downstairs essence changes flavour.
yeah, he's man muck.
His man muck.
Mm.
It's
I
custard
guess
tart.
feeding the snails that stuff it's not fast food though, is it?
Oh, right, we're ending the show. I'm not having that. Thanks for that addition of Candyland Candy Boat. As always, Biggie ruined it for you. This is the end of the show if you're not a patron, but patrons, we've got more for you behind the paywall. For everyone else, bye.
Bye.
Right.